Go for it.
When that asshole knocked me up, I slapped that bastard across the face. And I thanked him for planting another worthless seed in my bleeding field of broken dreams. Something has sucked all the blood from my bones. Look at these shriveled gold carcasses that litter my fields. There are 2 puncture wounds on each of the goats' throats. This can only be the work of El Chupacabra. As I gathered that lays mistaken to my bruised, tattooed arms, I wondered how many packs of cigarettes he might be worth. I hated him. I loved him. My love is the sound of her symphonic voice in my ear. The ancient Greek had 3 words for love: eros, philos, and agape. Describing how love is sometimes materialized, that means love is understood. Well, love is understood to cover a variety of relationships and become the great equalizer. The following poetry program argues that love can sometimes be misplaced, misunderstood, or just be plain weird. With poetry, The Non-Demandable and Vulgar Subject Matter by Derek Brown. Also, A Whale Song for My Bastard Son and Chupacabra by Shappy C. Schultz. Why? Chupacabra. Why my goats? Why not my wife or children whom I have to provide for? Last week, my oldest son was huffing gasoline and punching my goats in the face. Luis, I said to him, please, do not punch my goats in the face. But he would not listen. Chupacabra, why did you not suck the blood from my ingrate son, Luis? She's asleep now. Every morning I wake up before her, yawning long through drapes. I sometimes watch her slumber. I sometimes kiss her arm, and she slings it up over her head as if a gentle mosquito is seducing her, poorly. I sometimes put my ear to her chest, and I can hear the sound of diving boards and wind chimes. In the evenings, after TV dinners and cheap beer, there's some talking over our books. Is everything going to be all right? She asks. And I always say no. And I kiss her on her forehead. Her face is washed. And it is the prettiest without paint. As he grew up, he let me know every time he burned me, every time he touched me with his rusty needle fingers. Once, he brought me a broken baby bird he found on the sidewalk. His leaky, radiated eyes told me he was afraid of death. Don't be afraid of death, I whispered in his mush-smelling head. Honey, you gotta embrace it. And my son peered out over the floor as if to say, I understand, Mommy. When my son turned 5, he brought me a necklace of bullets he found next to an old dead wino that smelled like a exquisite Merlot that had been uncorked too soon. Keep these, I whispered. You're gonna need them someday. And my son, my baby boy, kept the bullets in the shoebox with the word freedom scrawled on the lid in crayon. Next to a faded picture of his sister, who was stabbed and shot twice, and then hit by a bus. I almost remember her as a whale remembers the salty sea kiss on its baleen. When my boy turned 16, he told me to go fuck myself. When my boy turned 17, he text messaged me, go fuck you self. By that, I knew that he meant it. When my boy turned 18, he murdered me. And somehow I'm the one that went to prison. A prison made of bullets, cigarette butts, broken scrawled crayons, and baleen. The trash is spread all over the living room floor. I lie there, lost among it. I see her over there by the record player, weeping like a needle. In those last days of us, she cried all the time, like an open mic. I sometimes miss how her body was like a moving to me. Someone who waited like a hospital. Someone who kissed like it was critical. Logic dead and guideless things. Oh yeah, to unsophisticated love. And her young tongue, she is not afraid to say, we're fucked. Chupacabra. You monster! Have you no heart? Perhaps you too have a family you cannot stand, and this is how you cut loose. Oh, ho, ho. Chupacabra. If this is the case, maybe I'll meet you at the local cantina, and I will buy you a tequila. Y tapas. And then you can tell me all your troubles. Chupacabra. And then I will take you to the back alley. And then I will slit your goat-sucking throat. Throat. Yes. And then I will drink your goat-sucking blood. Yes. This would be a dish that would be best served cold. Yes. No. Because Chupacabra. You suck. Literally.